welcome back or welcome to my channel. My name is Tori, and today I'm gonna do a little get ready with me. I don't know if I'm really gonna talk about the products I'm using. I'm definitely pretty much 100% only using Project Pan stuff because I haven't worn makeup in a while, and we'll talk about that. I guess the first thing off the bat that I should say is I ended up taking an unintentional break. I used to fall into the habit before 2019 where I would end up like hiding off of YouTube for 3 months, and that was just because of competition season for dance. It was just easier to fall off the internet for a bit and then come back on. But in 2019 I didn't have to do that, so I didn't, and then in 2020 I didn't do that because once again I didn't need to. And I think that it just contributed, like my burnout from school contributed to my burnout from the ability to stare at a computer and edit, and I think that's the reason I had to take a break. Unintentional break, wasn't expected, but kind of just let it happen, because it's now to the point where I have a lot of videos filmed but not edited, and there's no way some of these are going up anymore, so I'm going to have to merge them and stuff like that. Also, if you hear the fan in the background, sorry about that. I'll try to talk louder so it doesn't get too annoying. I'm sitting at my vanity, something I haven't done in a hot minute. This is a weird angle. Oh yeah, so I didn't wear makeup for 2 weeks, like a full-on 2 weeks. At first, I like skipped a day. I was like, you know what? It's whatever. It's just a day. But then it turned into 2 weeks. So, we'll talk about it. In a previous Get Ready With Me, did a video and I talked about my health. I don't remember which one I did, like which video it was in, but I know I talked about my health, and I talked about the fact that, I don't think I talked about the fact that my blood pressure was high. I don't know if we knew that at the time, but I talked about the fact that I thought I had an issue with my thyroid, because if I did, it would be hereditary, but also a lot of the signs are pointing to thyroid. And then mid-March, that sounds about right. In mid-March, I started having weird issues with my blood pressure. My blood pressure was too high. I was getting dizzy. I think my legs were going numb. There was a couple of times my legs were going numb. And I can't remember if it did also happen there, but stuff was happening. Stuff was not right with my body, right? So then I went to the pediatrician, and they were like, yes, your blood pressure's high, you're gonna have to lower it, and then also my insulin was high. So previously I was on birth control for medical reasons only, because before birth control I would get a period twice a year. Very unhealthy. So I was on birth control for a long time because of that, because I also got, that too young in life. I ended up then, I stopped taking the birth control, and we noticed, like, something's still not right. I was like, I know my body. Something's wrong. I think I need to, like, go to the OBGYN again. I say again because I haven't gone in 2 years because of just, like, insurance stuff. But now I'm on a different plan, so I was like, you know what, let's go again. But also, I want a different doctor because I had a midwife before. And if the midwife took me seriously 2 years ago, this would have been fixed. Yeah, I know, I'm a little salty about it, but like, it's whatever. It's getting fixed now. That's all that matters. I'm also salty the reason she told me, but I'm stupid. Anyway, I ended up going to the OBGYN with this new doctor, And I tell her my whole spiel, and then I tell her, like, hey, I've noticed that I have some issues, you know, some symptoms, and I was like, I think my testosterone and my estrogen levels are too high. I really would like blood work done. And after I told her everything, she was like, obviously they had to test for blood work, but the blood work even proved that I have PCOS, which is polycystic ovarian syndrome. And obviously a relief. Loved to hear that. What I was, you know, waiting for, because I knew there was something wrong with my body, but I just didn't know the label. Like I said before, all she had to do was do my blood work 2 years ago, and they would have figured that out 2 years ago. Even like, I still can't get over the doctor when she told me, she was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure you're like definite, like your symptoms are textbook of PCOS. And she was like, you don't seem surprised. And I was like, I'm not at all surprised. I knew I had something. I was like, I knew I had something with me. And I already researched PCOS, and I highly thought I had it. And they confirmed it with the blood work. So now I'm on 2 different medications. The one I just finished, which is one of the reasons why I was more inclined to just go on break for 2 weeks. I got put on a pill that, you know, would force my period down, and thankfully it came down. Now I am normal again. I am typical instead of being atypical. But I also got on another medication that will actually like lower the progesterone levels and return the testosterone, and estrogen will be, you know, fixed with the period. And I wanted to talk about this also because I noticed that my age demographic has changed a bit. Like, not drastically, but I noticed I have more people my age watching me than I thought, which is not a bad thing. But it's just to remind people my age that, like, if you think something's wrong with you and you're starting to notice the signs that something's actually wrong with you, and not just like, trying to think of the right word. Like, I noticed obvious signs, like my armpit hair was growing way too quick of a rate than it used to. Besides the acne I've always struggled with, which we now know is because of PCOS. But just like noticing those signs and doing the research about it. And like when I went into the OBGYN, I wasn't like, I think I have this. I was just like, here are my symptoms. What do you think? And it's not like in a like condescending way, like I low-key just said it. But like, you know, just doing the research, and then like how she said, she was like, you thought you had something? I was like, yeah. Like, girl, I know my parts weren't correct, you know? Just like remember to have confidence in yourself, because I know after I talked to that midwife, I had no confidence that I actually had something wrong with me, which actually, like, but you know, the doctor proved, and we have the blood work to show that I have something wrong with me. So just want to, you know, if you think there's something wrong with you when it comes to that stuff, make sure that they actually go through and get the blood work to prove it, you know? Don't let them turn you away. They got a little more preachy than I just wanted it to. But yeah, that's why I want to talk about that. And I know some people are like, you don't have to talk about it if you're not comfortable. But I feel like compared to the like other issues I thought this could have been, this is like the best outcome. Because also, if this syndrome was, like if this just continued, I 100% would have ovarian cancer. Because at the end of the day, it is cyst in my ovaries. Yeah. So happy it's finally getting fixed. I know a couple people were like, you don't have to share it. But I'm like, guys, this is the best possible outcome, okay? Best possible. So the other medication I'm on will lower all my levels. The only downside of that medication is it's technically also a pre-diabetic medication, so it's gonna lower my blood sugar levels, and I already noticed it's done that a little too drastically sometimes. So I have to, you know, counteract it and watch what I eat even more. And sometimes, you know, have that extra sugar. My go-to snack has been ice pops, like a true child, to make sure that my levels stay where they are, because if my levels get low, my legs go numb. I just wanted to throw this clip in here because I just said about the fact that like my legs go numb. I am currently talking to a doctor to figure out what that is. I have to do blood work like in 2 days. But it's not because of blood sugar. It actually could be because of like multiple reasons. One as simple as being dehydrated is why my legs have been going numb, or pins and needles recently. So yes, that sounds like a lot, but that will be under control once I get the blood work. So yeah, fun. Well, not numb, they get tingly. I should watch what words I use when I say that. That happened. That's the most recent thing that happened, which is really why I took the time off. But even like the 2 weeks before I officially was like, okay, whatever, I'm just gonna take a break. I was in and out of it because of burnout from school, and I built that giant computer behind me. Yeah, I built it. I wanted a laptop. Oh my gosh. I wanted a desktop or a gaming PC for a long time. Now is technically not the best market to be building one. But I got good deals on a lot of the other parts that I bought, so I figured, you know, GPU prices, even though they're like going like 40 times what they used to go for, it's whatever because I saved money elsewhere. I was building that and I was like a child when it came to building it, because every time the parts would come in, I would just start wanting to work on it right away. So of course that messed up my my schedule. We'll talk about what I'm holding. If you didn't see on Instagram, I'm now panning the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop foundation in the Partners in Cream project pan, and the pump stopped working. So I tried to screw off the pump, and I like sent the pump flying. So I ended up clearing it out. I duct taped it down so it wouldn't be gross. But I closed that off to save for when it's considered empty, and I put it in this sleeping mask container. It's been fun. I don't think I like this foundation anymore. But I don't know if it's because now it's just a hassle, so I know if I get it again, I'm gonna have to deal with this again. I don't know. I moved my mirror. Why would I do that? Yeah, I built that. Very happy with it. The little figures you see in the windows of the fan are all from Etsy. I tried to like shop small for some of the things that I could. I can't open this. But yeah, I wanted to do it. Didn't know when I was gonna do it because I knew the prices on like the parts were on the one part, especially the most important part, the GPU was high. But I was using a Razer laptop that a friend gave me for a while, and that started really taking a crap. The fan sounded like someone was dying. Like, it so loud and terrifying. And then my oldest Mac took a poop. So, well, it didn't take a poop, it's starting to take a poop. I have a Mac computer from, I don't know, 2014-ish. That the sole purpose of it at this point was editing. I just added way too much. That's gonna be a problem. The sole purpose of it was editing, and I just used it to edit these videos because I knew it was old, but I wanted to keep it. I like, you know, received it as a gift, so I'm going to try to use every single, you know, ounce of battery that thing has left. Because originally I was like, oh my god, I'll just like replace it, but then the place I really wanted to go to fix it, because the place is really good and cheap around here, they just like wouldn't give back to me. And because of COVID, I was like, I'm not just gonna walk into a computer place. Like, I'd rather make an appointment, but they weren't answering. So I was like, you know what? Guess we're not getting it fixed. I was like, you know what? Why not? This is now covered in foundation. I built the thing. However, when I was building the thing, my mom was like, you had fun doing that. Why don't you like change your major to like computer science? And I was like, no, dude, that's coding. I don't wanna. I'm a jack of all trades. I very much like knowing a lot of information about random stuff, and also because of how I like writing, and my major in school is journalism. I like just knowing the basics of a lot of stuff. Obviously know more about the field I want to go into, but I like knowing basics about stuff because you know, really, I got concealer on my shirt, because you never know like what could drum up a conversation with someone or whatnot. So yeah, that was funny. Oh, so with the videos, some of them, like I said before, can't go up because there's no point of them going up now. But for other ones, I'm just gonna merge them. Like, for example, I have a lip service that's filmed, ready to go up. But I think I'm just going to merge the video for last month and this month together. There are some videos like the 50 Shades of Purple update that just needs to go up that hasn't gone up. Yeah, this wasn't the ideal schedule. Even though this is like a hobby, I do take it, like I try to take it as seriously as possible because that's just how I am and how I've always been with this platform. Get back on that. Oh, I'll show you guys something special since you're here. I hit pan on it. I hit pan on it. I did it. Also, something that has influenced me not like going on the computer more and not editing videos is the fact that I've become obsessed with webcomics. Now, I'm clearly obsessed with anime. If you could tell, that's all screenshots or screen caps from animes. So I've learned recently anime is Japanese and manga is Japanese. There's Chinese versions of that type of entertainment. Their animes are called donghwaos, and their manga is called manhwa. That might be wrong. I've never read any of them, so don't kill me in the comments. But I learned recently, because I was like wondering, I was like, okay, do like the Philippines or like Korea have their own? Like why is this specifically Japan and China? So I learned that Korea really, what's the right word? Korea really like has the market on webcomics, which really makes sense because I've been reading them for, I don't know, I want to say like 3 months now. I have like 5 different apps on my phone where I read different ones. I noticed they always, like, there's a common trope in this type of media where a person will like pass away in one life and then end up in like the life of a character from a book, like the main character, or like the villainess or something like that. And I noticed they always came from Korea, and I was just like, okay, like at first I didn't think too much of it. I was like, oh my god, they must just like really like Korea. And I was like, no, these are originally made in Korean and translated to English. I've been obsessed with those. There's so many different ones. It's so good. Like, yes, they're comics, but it's not, I don't know, I feel like someone who's a Marvel fan and like reads the Marvel comics could say the same thing. Like, even though they're comics, they're actually entertaining. So I've been not obsessed with that, but I will like sit down and read it for an hour and end up reading it till like midnight. So I don't know if that's obsessed, if that's the right word, or if it's simply I have no concept of time when I'm reading and I just keep going because I'm a little bit gluttonous when it comes to stuff like that. I don't know what highlighter to use. I haven't worn makeup in so long. This kind of feels weird. Some items for projects are gonna be great. Like progress, sorry. but other ones aren't, simply because of the like pretty much 3-week really lull I was in. And if you're wondering why I put everything as to the side, because here's my notepad where I put all my tallies that I was messing up. I still want to know how, because I have not messed that up before previously, so I don't know why I messed it up like 2 months in a row. Confusing. I am taking 2 different classes, well, courses over the summer, I guess is the right word. The first course I'm in is photography. Not too excited about it. I mean, it's not bad. It's just our like first assignment was self-portraits, and I was just like, I'm not in any type of mood to take a photo of myself. I don't know why I'm comfortable filming. I guess because when I'm filming, maybe it's because you could see different angles of me. I feel like that's actually it. I guess because in videos, like, you can see all different sides of me. You can actually hear me speak, so you know, like, how I am, what vibes I give off. You have more of an idea of who I am. But in photos, I don't smile a lot. Especially when I'm by myself and I have to take a photo. I'm not inclined to smile. So I felt like I just looked like a meanie in all of them, you know? Like in all the photos, I just looked like a meanie. So didn't like that. And then I have another course in the second session that is video production. I don't know what it's gonna entail. I really overdrew my lip. We're not gonna talk about it yet. Yeah, I don't know what's gonna entail. I really hope I don't have like actors and stuff in videos. I have a feeling I'm going to, so I think that's why I'm dreading it. But I honestly have no clue. You know, the video editing aspect I'll have down pat. Interesting. Very interesting. I'm using a non-Project Fan lipstick because YOLO. These smell like chestnuts. So that should be interesting. I didn't really need to take summer classes, but I wanted to. So then for fall and spring, all I have to take is 4 courses and then I'm done. Very excited. I will be dorming on campus next year because I got an additional scholarship from my job on campus because I got promoted. So it's even cheaper now, so of course I'm gonna do it, even though I technically don't have to. And what I mean by that is, on a good day, I can get to school in 10 minutes. But that's also if I take the highway. And the plus is I won't have a roommate. I purposely got a single room because, you know, not only am I a senior dorming for the first time, I'm also an only child. So I rather not dorm with anyone. To put that in the nicest way possible. I don't know how to interact with living someone, and I really don't feel like learning, you know? When it comes time with a significant other, okay, but I don't feel like learning right now. Now, if this was like freshman year, then I would suck it up and dorm with someone. But you know, senior year, guns out blazing, because sophomore and junior year sucked. So I think I covered everything I want to cover. For everyone who, like, I normally comment on their videos, I'm also like 3 weeks behind on watching videos, so my comments will be coming. They're just not there yet. Hopefully I can get this back in order because I would like it so much. I would like it to be back in order as soon as possible. Some normalcy again, you know? So yeah. Hope you're having an amazing day or night whenever you're watching this as my rabbit bites on her toy. And peace out, Girl Scout.